It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl, the science quiz program here in the Prince George's Schools, where we bring together outstanding middle and elementary school students and let you listen to hear how much they know about science and maybe learn some things too. We hope you learn some things and can answer some of these questions today. This is our 37th year of competition, and today we welcome two outstanding middle schools, Andrew Jackson and Judith P. Hoyer. Let's meet the teams right now. Let's go to Andrew Jackson. Zainab, good to have you here today. Wave to everybody at home if you would. And their captain is Naomi. Hey, Naomi, welcome to the show. And rounding out this team is Zamara. Hey, Zamara, wave to everybody watching. I know you've got some fans out there. And at the Judith P. Hoyer team, let's say hello to Aaron. Aaron, nice to see you here today. Good to have you on the show. Their captain is Dylan. Hey, Dylan, also returning to the show, another veteran. And Justin, nice to have you with us today. All wearing their matching green shirts and blue shirts over there at Andrew Jackson, so everybody's color coordinated here today. Here on the Science Bowl, we have 6 categories of questions. Let's tell you what they are right now.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing, and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's science potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here on the Science Bowl, our game board reflects the question difficulty. 5 and 10 pointers, easier questions, increasing the more difficult, 15, 20, 25, the toughest of them all. We start our teams out with 50 points just for looking good and showing up here today. No penalties for incorrect answers. End of the 2 rounds, say one of these 2 outstanding teams will come back to play Kenmore for the chance to become the second of this year's 4 semifinalists in our middle school competition. Before we start, let's make sure everything works properly. Let's go over to that red team. And Naomi, would you try your buzzer? Thank you, Naomi, and it looks good, it sounds good. Good luck to you in this game today. And Dylan, how about the green team? Okay, it's a group push over there. Yeah, the guys on the end there, Aaron and Justin, they're holding on with Dylan there. They're ready to play as well. Good luck to all of you. Anybody have any last-minute questions before we start? Let's have a good game. All right, let's have some fun. We go alphabetically A before J, so Andrew Jackson. Naomi, let's play that bowl. Go, give me a category and a number.
Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. Teams, while there are ant farmers and termite farmers, the only mammals that farm are gophers that live underground. They use their poop as fertilizer, and they actually grow these plant parts that they regularly feed on. If you're a gopher, what part of a plant are you probably eating? All right, Andrew Jackson gave lots of clues there. What you think?
Roots.
Roots, absolutely right. They grow the roots under there. Drew first blood. You're in the lead. Go. 65 points. Red.
Body systems for 10.
Body systems for 10 points. Strawberries were recalled last summer by the government because people eating them were developing hepatitis. Hepatitis, H-E-P-A-T-I-T-I-S. It is a serious condition that affects the liver, the kidneys.
The liver.
It is the liver. Justin jumped in. He knew exactly what that was. Nice job there. Good assist. Go. Green. Dylan.
Science potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15 points. Teams, your question is, nobody likes a greasy paper bag like French fries come in, but a chemical called PFA that is resistant to grease, that is now being used in the bags, is causing colitis. C-O-L-I-T-I-S, a condition that affects what body organ? What body organ? Colitis. Judith Hoyer.
The lungs?
not the lungs, good try. Colitis. There's a clue in the name.
The colon.
Andrew Jackson, colitis comes from this chemical that is found in paper bags.
The colon?
The colon, absolutely right. The large intestine, nicely done. Good answer. I like how you're working together over there, girls. Okay, go. Rid.
Zoo parade for 10.
Zoo parade for 10 points. There's a picture. Visual. Look at the monitor in the studio, please. You're going to see a red panda. A red panda is only distantly related to the giant panda, which itself is one of these kinds of animals that belongs to a family called Ursidae. Ursidae. A giant panda is really a kind of what? Bear. Judith Hoyer.
What? Bear.
Bear, absolutely right. Ursidae is like, if you know anything about astronomy, there's a great bear and a little bear, Ursa Major and Ursa Minor. So when you see Ursa, that tells you it's something about a bear. All right, 70 to 80. Jackson, you're still in the lead. Go. Is red the next? Green. Okay, go please, Dylan.
Science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. Teams, the process of bringing back to life long dead woolly mammoths and saber-toothed tigers and giant ground sloths with DNA samples is trying to turn back what happened to them. What happened to them since they disappeared forever?
Extinction.
Extinction, that's right. Thank you, Aaron. Aaron, you okay over there?
Scoot over a little bit.
Did your microphone fall off? Take the time and just pin that back on. Dylan, help her out a little bit there so she can be mic'd up again. Yeah, you got so excited because you knew that answer. That happens here on the show. What's that?
A boy.
Yes, Aaron, that's right. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you pointing that out. All right, Aaron, green things, go again. You got that correct answer. Extinction was it.
What do you think, sir? Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. In 1773, American patriots dumped cases of these leaves into Boston Harbor. Yeah.
Tea.
Tea, that was the big Boston Tea Party. Didn't sound like a party to me. Yeah, okay. All right, you are up to 90 points. Andrew Jackson is at 80. We have a close game. Green, advantage you.
Zoo parade for 15.
15 points in Zoo Parade. A book called Remarkably Bright Creatures explores a friendship that develops between the author of the book and this very intelligent cephalopod that lives in the ocean, renowned for its ability to change colors. All right, Andrew Jackson, what animal is it that this woman befriended?
Octopus?
An octopus, absolutely right. Good answer. Thank you, Zamara. Yeah, it was a television show, too. All right, you're back in the lead. Good. Go. Red.
Green things for 20.
Green things, 20 points. You all know what a Venus flytrap is. It catches flies. The traps on the carnivorous Venus flytrap close when hormones are stimulated by a chemical with the symbol capital C, small a.
Calcium. Calcium.
Calcium, you got it. Thank you, Justin. All right. With that, boy, what a close game we have. That buzzer means we've come to the end of the first round of competition. All right, so at the end of the first round, our score almost a dead heat. 95 for Andrew Jackson, 110 for Judith P. Hoyer. And more science questions coming up. First, a few personal ones. Let's find out a little bit about our players. Let's go to Andrew Jackson. Naomi, tell us about Andrew Jackson. It's an academy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Andrew Jackson Academy. Tell us who your principal is.
Mr. Tweedy.
Mr. Tweedy. Mr. Tweedy, and I'm dating myself. He was one of my students many years ago at Stuttgart Middle School. And Warren, thank you so much for sending all of your students out here today. And the coach of your team is Dr. Glenn, who used to be at Greenbelt Middle School. So she has some history on Science Bowl. So you're in good hands. Did you have, I know there was a fourth person on your team. Who was that, Naomi?
Kamani.
Yeah, couldn't make it here today, but you guys are doing a terrific job. Tell me a little something about Andrew Jackson. What is it that makes your school special, Naomi? What do you like about it?
Well, I haven't been there for that long, but I know it's the first school I've been to where it's elementary and middle school.
Yeah, a combination there. That's so you can spend your whole early life there before you go to high school. I'm sure they're very happy to have you there because you're an outstanding student. What would you like to do someday?
Be a psychologist.
Psychologist, yeah. Interested in the human mind and how it works, yeah. something we still don't know. We're going to continue that. It's a mystery. Zamara, nice to have you with us today. Why'd you want to be on the show?
My principal, Mr. Tweedy, recommended it to me, and I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I hope you find it cool. I hope that you're doing such a nice job here today. What about you? What do you do in your spare time?
I read and draw.
You read and you draw. And have you thought about a career yet? What would you like to do?
Marine biology.
Marine biology. Yeah, we were talking about that. I'm trying to get her to go snorkeling or scuba diving or go to the National Aquarium and kind of enhance that interest there. Good luck to you. Zainab, nice to have you. You obviously know a lot about science. I saw you weighing in. You know. How do you know so much about science?
To go to school?
I bet you're a good. Do you like to read?
Kinda.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Reading really helps out. Why'd you want to do this? And I know you only had about a week to prepare, and we appreciate you doing that. What do you like to do in your spare time?
I like to watch a lot of documentaries.
Sure, documentaries are great because you never know when something's going to catch your fancy and maybe suggest a career. Have you thought about a career?
No.
Not yet. You got plenty of time. Enjoy being a young person.
Yeah.
All right, let's go over to the Judith P. Hoyer team. And Dylan, nice to have you back again. Tell us about Judith P. Hoyer. Dr. Tracy Spivey White is over there, your wonderful principal. And I was already talking about your coach, Miss Cheryl Strong, who was at one time a nominee for Teacher of the Year here in Prince George's County. She's a phenomenon. She really is. She's a math wizard, too. Tell me what it is about the school that you really like. I know a lot goes on over there.
There's a lot of specialty programs. There's high school credits like Algebra 1 and accelerated math and stuff like that. And there's a lot of extracurricular activities.
And it's a Montessori school, isn't it?
Yes.
And what does that mean?
Learn
like
a different,
individualized attention?
we learn a different way.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. Tell me about yourself, Dylan. What do you want to do someday?
I want to become a professional athlete.
I say it again?
I want to become a professional athlete.
Real? That's right, because you're a basketball player, and is it soccer, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you play on teams now?
Sometimes during the season.
Sometimes, yeah. Well, keep at it. Obviously, life is a nice mixture of academics and sports, so it seems like you're doing both very well over there. Erin, could you tell us about yourself, please? What do you do in your spare time?
I like to read. And I like to study science. I go on YouTube and we watch past science bowls to prepare, and also they were fun, so I do them in my spare time.
Yeah, and of course you're a veteran. You've been on Science Bowl before, and this young man wants to be the valedictorian of your eventual high school class, right? You have taken all the right first steps to be there too. Keep it up, and when you get to middle school, play with us, or to get to high school, make sure you continue to play in these kinds of things. Like It's Academic, there's other competitions, because you're just terrific. Justin, nice to have you with us today. Tell us why you wanted to be here.
I wanted to be here because I honestly think the concept of being on the Science Bowl is fun, and I like answering questions about science.
Yeah. And you're good at it. You're good at it too. Like I was asking Zainab, how do you know so much science? Because you come in here with a lot of knowledge.
Well, it's just like Aaron said, we look at past science bowls to study, and I look up a lot of things about science in the news and watch YouTube videos about science.
Yeah, you're doing it all right. What do you want to do someday?
I want to be, I want to work in informational technology just like my dad.
Yeah, following in Dad's footsteps. He's going to be real proud of you, and he'll be encouraging you all along the way. All right, you ready to play the second half? Let's do it. 95 for Andrew Jackson, 110 Judith P. Hoyer. Last correct answer was the green team. So Dylan, let's hit it.
Body systems for 15.
Body systems, 15 points. Teams, instead of asking passengers at airports to submit to a COVID nose test, some airports used dogs during the pandemic, which sniffed out a person's sweat, also known by this P initialed word.
Perspiring.
Pass to Aaron.
Aaron.
Perspiring.
Perspiring, absolutely right. Perspiration. Nice job, Aaron. All right, you got yourself those points, and you are in the lead at 125. Dylan, go.
Let's get physical for 15.
Physical for 15 points. All right, teams, listen to this. Phobos and Deimos in mythology were two horses who pulled the chariot of Ares, the Greek god of war. Phobos and Deimos are also the names of the two moons of this planet that is named for, yes, Andrew Jackson. Name the planet. Phobos and Deimos are the two moons of this planet.
Jupiter?
Not Jupiter, good try. Judith P. Hoyer, Phobos and Deimos, who pulled a chariot for Ares, the Greek god of war, are the two moons of this planet named for the Roman god of war. Give me a planet.
Mars.
Mars it is, indeed. Good answer. Pulled it out of the hat there. Good, go.
Body systems for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. The two senses that were often lost in COVID patients are interconnected, as anyone with a head cold will tell you. Name those two senses that were lost, Naomi.
Taste and smell.
You got them absolutely right. Good, 5 points. Good, you're on a roll. Go. 100 points.
Dateline science for 25.
Dateline for 25, big one in that category. All right. A micrometeoroid recently struck this space telescope, the one that succeeded the Hubble, and has been sending back dramatic pictures of the universe ever since. 25 points if you can name that new space telescope, Andrew Jackson. No answer there. Judith P. Hoyer, can you name the telescope that is the successor to the Hubble?
Pass to Justin.
Juno?
No, Juno is a good guess. It's called the James Webb. The James Webb telescope. You probably had heard that in passing if you follow the news, which I know you guys do. All right, let's go back to Naomi. Choose, please.
Let's get physical for 10.
Let's get physical for?
10.
10 points. All right, here's your question. This is quite interesting. You know, there are mountains in Europe called the Alps. They're real tall. Because the Alps mountains were uplifted a long time ago from an ancient ocean, it's not surprising that the rocks at the very top of the highest Alps are these L-initialed sedimentary rocks.
Limestone.
You got it. Boy, that's a great answer. You came up with it so quickly. I appreciate that. Good. Got yourself 10 more. 150 to 100. Come on, Red. Let's get back in the game here. Go, Dylan.
Dateline for 15.
Dateline for 15 points. Here's your question. You'll know this one. Long question, but an easy answer. That a fossil of a plesiosaur, kind of dinosaur, long thought to be a marine reptile, has been found in a freshwater river, has given rise to people thinking that one of these creatures may have lived in what freshwater lake in Scotland? Name that freshwater lake in Scotland where a plesiosaur maybe once lived.
I know it.
It's on the tip of Naomi's tongue over there. She's going to kick herself if she doesn't get it. No, she's not. She's not going to kick herself, but she's got it thinking. All right, Judith P. Hoyer, can you name that Scottish lake?
Ares Lake?
Loch Ness. Loch Ness. The Loch Ness monster was a plesiosaur. Ah, see, now I knew you knew it. Sometimes it's hard to retrieve that, especially when, you know, this guy is throwing these questions at you so fast. You're doing a nice job, all of you. Go green.
Dateline science for 10.
Dateline for 10 points. A harbor in Hawaii, the site of a Japanese attack on America's naval fleet in World War II, is named for this iridescent precious stone, the only one made by a, yes?
Pearl Harbor?
Pearl Harbor, you got it. Good. That's right, the only precious stone made by a creature. All the other ones are made inorganically in the ground. Good answer. Go, Jackson.
Green things for 5.
Green things for 5 points. While they don't do it literally, people who are worried about the environment and climate change are said to hug these green things.
Trees?
Yeah, they're tree huggers. Yeah, go, Red. Samira said,
green
yeah, we got
things
2
for
in a row.
25.
Again, please?
Green things for 25.
Green things 25, big one in that category. Since lobsters are leaving the waters off the coast of Maine because the water's getting too hot, lobstermen have switched to aquaculture. They're now harvesting this largest kind of seaweed, a kind of brown algae that can be used in salads and is featured oftentimes on SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh. Kelp.
P. Hoyer.
Kelp.
Kelp is right. Yes, indeed. I forgot yourself 25 points. Go green.
Zoo Parade for 5.
Zoo Parade for 5 points. Did you say 5? In the song Surface Pressure from the animated movie Encanto, the super strong Louisa sings about a flaw or a crack, a straw in the stack that breaks this animal's back.
Camel.
Camel. Good. 5. Go.
Let's get physical for 20.
Physical for 20 points. All right. Your question is as follows. If you're riding in a bus and it suddenly stops and your body wants to keep going forward because you don't have a seatbelt on, you're going to go forward because of Newton's first law of... Yes?
Inertia of motion.
Give me more. Give me more.
Newton's first law?
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to repeat the question for Judy Hoyer because you gave me part of my question. If that bus stops suddenly and your body wants to keep moving forward, it's because of Newton's first law of motion, as Naomi just said, the law of this I-initialed force that says a body in motion wants to keep moving unless an equal and opposite force keeps it back. It also refers to a body at rest that doesn't want to move. What is that I-initial term that describes that force? That is inertia. Inertia. Try again, please. Red. Naomi, you still have the floor.
I said inertia for the last one, but science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri for 20 points. All right. Your question is as follows. Some unscrupulous buyers, people that are up to no good, they go on eBay and they've been bidding on something called bovine bones. They aren't bones. No, they're actually these protruding incisor teeth from elephants, the sale of which are banned worldwide. What are they really trying to buy, Naomi?
The tusks?
The tusks, absolutely right. You can go to prison for doing that. Good, go.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems, 20 points. If in addition to aspirin, the medication Alka-Seltzer that you can take for an upset stomach contains alkali, A-L-K-A-L-I, which helps to neutralize excess stomach what? Judith P. Hoyer.
Acid.
Acid, that's right. Yeah, Aaron and Justin, they were both on Dylan that time. Good, you're up to 195. Go, Green.
Zoo Parade for 20.
Zoo Parade, 20 points. Here's your question, teams. It's well known that the sex of a baby reptile, like a baby sea turtle or a baby crocodile, animals that bury their eggs in the sand, the sex of that baby is determined by temperature, humidity, or air pressure. Naomi.
Temperature.
Temperature, that's right. The warmer the sand, the more likely a female will be born. Good, we got a good game going here. 160, 195, game's almost over. Go ahead, Naomi, pick.
Let's get physical for 25.
Physical for 25 points, teams. The long-sought elementary particle, the Higgs boson, was finally found using the super collider in Switzerland. It was Peter Higgs himself who finally solved the mystery of this quantity that gives form to everything in the universe. This term is often confused with weight. It's not weight,
Mass.
it's this, Naomi.
Mass.
Mass, you got it, absolutely right. Good, red, go.
Body systems for 25.
Body system for 25 points. Big one in that category. One of the symptoms of monkeypox is that these L-initialed nodes, lymph nodes, that's right, they start to swell under your arms. Absolutely right, and the buzzer has just sounded. Our game is over. Well, it was a close game, as you saw, and it came down to the very last question. It was lymph nodes that did it for Andrew Jackson. Our final score today is Andrew Jackson 210, Judith P. Hoyer 195. We congratulate everybody today. Terrific job, wonderful playing. Let's go to Andrew Jackson and Naomi. Would you tell us who's with you today?
This is Dr. Glenn. She works with the 7th graders, right?
Yes.
And this is Miss Gibson, and she works with the 8th graders. And one of the other teachers that helped us was Dr. Spires. She couldn't be here because she's one of the regular teachers, so she had to teach.
That's very gracious of you, Naomi. Thank you for thanking everybody. What a great team. And Dylan, would you tell us who's back there all in green?
This is our one of our alternates, that's Roger, and this is our coach.
And the one and only Miss Cheryl Strong back there. And Cheryl, we love having you here all the time. We love having your teams. And Andrew Jackson, we're going to see you in the next game. See, after 15 years, you made us wait a long time, but you really showed your stuff here today. Congratulations to everybody. And we want to thank you for tuning in to Science Bowl and invite you to join us again next time. We've got 2 more middle schools vying for a chance to become this year's champs. We'll see you then. I'm Dave Zeri. Bye-bye.